Hi, I'm Dr. Gregg. Welcome to my second video on quarantine couples. Last time, we talked about couples that are stuck together during the quarantine and ways that couples can handle being closed up in small quarters for a long period of time. Apparently, the amount of time is getting longer than a lot of us had bargained for. However, there are couples that have the opposite problem, and that is that they're unable to be together during this time. They may have a long-distance relationship and travel plans to get together and see each other in person have been canceled, or due to geographical or immigratory or other legal issues, they're unable to get to where one another is and therefore have to deal with an extended long-distance relationship. Being physically apart doesn't mean that you have to feel emotionally apart. Just like the term social distancing that we've been using is an unfortunate term because it's not really social distancing that we want to attain. I think a better term would be physical distancing because socially we want to be close. We don't want to be further apart. So similarly with couples that are physically, geographically apart from one another, there are ways to stay close and feel connected. One of those ways is by maintaining consistent communication. Not constant communication, but consistent communication, which means maintaining a routine and keeping up a fairly predictable sense of presence for the other person. Now we have technology that we can use in many different ways to maintain a presence and keep connection going. A good morning text message on a regular basis provides a sense of security and consistency in a relationship where you may not see each other on a regular basis. Saying good night before bed, little sweet things, maybe a little FaceTime call or some cute emojis or a spicy pic. Be creative to find ways to make your partner know that you're thinking about them. That's one of the most important things you can do in a relationship, is let the other person know that you're thinking about them. To avoid excessive communication, don't be on the phone all the time. Try not to be texting your partner constantly. Leave something open. You don't need to be spamming each other, basically. You can look at it as a challenge. This is a real opportunity to see what the relationship is made of. So this is going to be a way to kind of test the fire. There are couples that just met and ended up stuck in quarantine for one reason or another. This is really a test, and I mean, talk about speed dating. But couples can talk about expectations and what you both hope for and what you both need from one another. Sexting is definitely a big plus in a situation where a couple is separated by distance. Feel free to tell your partner those things that you wish you could do with them, because a big part of sexual activity and romancing and seducing someone happens between the two ears, contrary to popular belief. And telling your partner the things you're thinking about them, or what attracts you to them, or what you wish you could do to them, with them, and for them, if you were physically together, is part of what really seduces a person and part of what makes somebody feel loved and wanted and desired. And lovemaking is 98% psychological and before any physical contact happens. So you can have a huge opportunity to seduce and romance your partner without even having to be in the same room. This will set a stage of desire and expectancy so that when you do get to be together, there will be a lot of catching up. Good old-fashioned letter writing. When was the last time somebody sent you a card? When was the last time you got a handwritten note in a stamped envelope sent to you where the person told you how they feel in their own handwriting? Send your lover a note. Write a card to your significant other and tell them how much you miss them. Some couples recently met, finally found each other, finally found someone that they can consider their true love, a real opportunity. And then the quarantine hits and they can't be together. Now, all of a sudden, they have to find very creative and different ways to get to know each other and to get closer. Spend time together during meals. You can be on the phone while you're eating or preparing a meal. Nowadays with FaceTime, WhatsApp video, and Zoom, etc., we have so many different ways to stay together virtually on screen during practically anything. If there's a lack of consistent communication, it may be representative of a lack of interest. It's not necessarily the case, but it does bear having a conversation with the person if you tend to feel that they're dropping off or the messages or the phone calls are just not being reciprocated. Have a talk with the person, ask them how they're feeling, let them know how you've been feeling and what you've observed, because keeping those lines of communication is really important. Couples can play games together nowadays, and they may be 5,000 miles apart. We have video games where couples can meet each other in the rooms, compete, explore, play together, visit with one another in different characters, different situations, have some fun, and also blow off some Be patient. Be patient and compassionate with your partner. The quarantine can be stressful for people, and each of us handles it in different ways. Try to get a sense of whether your partner needs a little more time or a little more space to themselves, because we all handle and cope with it differently. Feel free to let your partner know if you would like some more alone time, and if you'd like to talk less, or if you need some more connection, it's okay to tell them that as well. But be mindful and respectful that each of us copes with stress in different ways, so communicate your needs and be open to listening to your partner's needs as well. Avoid making promises that you can't keep. For example, it may be tempting to tell your partner, when this is all over, or when I see you, I'm going to do this, or I promise that I will do that. We do it with our best intentions, but we have to remember that in the moment, we may be feeling one way, and we don't know when this is going to be over. We don't know how long this is going to last. So it will be best to be realistic and focus on how we're doing presently and in the short term. Talk to your partner about how you feel now, what you would like now. Keeping in the present reduces stress and helps to limit false expectations and hurt feelings later.